This is where our people were massacred.
Earlier in the dawn, as they were just getting up.
On this day in 1834.
There was charging horses under the screams and terror of women and children. They died. The river was red with blood.
When the British first invaded this country, they didn't want to have a peaceful settlement. They just wanted to come here and steal the country and massacre our people.
Troops were coming from one end. Stirling was on this side, and there was Ellis, who was in charge of another party, all coming along here. There were different groups coming in to make sure they trapped everybody. And to think that the police officer, Ellis, was cited for the battle, for bravery. What for? For killing women and children.
It's easy to take something, but it's a lot harder to share for some people. And in the struggles between our people,
just because of the first white settlers' greed for land,
you would have thought that there would have been a more reasonable approach. Yeah, we're such a big country that they would have understood that this was our country. That we'd lived here for thousands of years with the country. But when the British arrived here, invaded our country, they just wanted to take everything they could.
They wanted, and they knew they had to get the Aboriginal people out. So they just came here on this day and just slaughtered, made sure that no one lived.
And they forced them down onto the river. And it was around this area here that the soldiers and the police were on both sides and just shot the people as they as they tried to hide amongst the banks and the logs and the trees, and as they tried to escape from one side to the other.
They came back and done the body count. There was 25 here and so many down the river. They buried them in mass graves, one up here and I think one up here.
After all the killing of these people, the bodies that were collected were taken up and buried on a farm which is just on the top of this rise here. They buried them in about 3 different places. In one hole there's about 15 people been buried there.
White Australia has a black history, and this is all that's got to be told. The truth, what really happened, what the early white settlers, even today the attitude hasn't changed.
So today in returning to come here, to light a fire here and let the smoke come upon the people and the trees, because our people are, some of their bodies are still here, because from the reports in the papers and on the books where the stories were written about it, a lot of the people were shot in the water and their bodies were not all collected. So our people are here amongst the roots of the trees and in the riverbed.
You know, it was only in 1967 that we were recognised as human beings. I remember we had to be out of town at 6 p.m. It was a curfew. We had to live forced to live under degrading and dehumanising conditions.
And the smoke connects us with the trees here and reminds them that we're still here. We haven't forgotten them. And it's so important that we gather here every year now to remember this. Our people must never be forgotten.
They came here. They lived peacefully. That was all ended by the pounding of hooves, sword, and scream of terror. The white man knew only one thing, the greed and the land that he wanted.